Hey, welcome back to Ping Pong Flick Show. My name is Chris Wong. Let's take a break from DC Extended Universe updates, as has there been quite a few, but I'm going to save that for tomorrow. This is my opportunity to catch up on Kaiju Godzilla type news. So let's start off with the Godzilla Anime website has officially been updated with a new image related to the next anime film. This is all coming from Godzilla-movies.com. Everything you can talk about Godzilla in terms of movies, animated series, even the ones in Japan. So Godzilla Decisive Battle Mobile Breeder City is the long-winded translated title of the new Godzilla animated movie, which is episode 2, I guess, or you can say the next film in an installment of the adventures of gigantic plant Godzilla, if you will. The image features Godzilla powering up his atomic ray, and in the distance are 3 bright objects. Nothing more than that. It looks like he's powering up to shoot those 3 objects. I'm thinking those are humans. As we know, this Godzilla does not like humans, and humans don't like him. But Crunchyroll also delivered an English translated synopsis from the Godzilla anime website. After suffering a crushing defeat at the claws of Godzilla Earth, the seemingly immortal 300-meter-tall, 100,000-ton incarnation of Godzilla, who now rules the planet, Haruo Sakaki, is rescued by Miyana, a native girl who belongs to the Futua tribe, the descendants of humanity that were left behind on Earth during the initial evacuation. Meanwhile, Galugu, the leader of the Bilusaludo forces, realizes that the arrowheads of the Futua are made of nanometal, the same material that was used to build Mecha Godzilla, a super weapon that failed to curb Godzilla's rampage and that was presumed destroyed in a battle at the foot of Mount Fuji in the 21st century. Now, we all know that from that poster that they called for Godzilla Decisive Battle, they showed Mechagodzilla in there, right? And in the beginning of the Godzilla animated movie, they actually showed Mechagodzilla, a downed Mechagodzilla at the beginning of the film. You can kind of see it. Not really. I mean, it looks like a bug more than anything, but that's apparently Mechagodzilla. So I'm pretty sure that this god that Futua is worshipping is undisclosed god, which is also hinted to be Mechagodzilla given their connection to the nanometal. So the nanometal may be a plot device that enhances Mechagodzilla's size so it can go toe-to-toe Godzilla Earth. At least that's what we hope to see. Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. Now, this is like the Millennium series, where Godzilla's the bad guy, or even even the Heisei series. It's Godzilla's kind of the bad guy, and all these bad guy villains of Godzilla back when he was in the Showa series is now the good guys. So I'm sure they're all going to get defeated, man. I don't know what's next after the third one. Maybe the third one's King Ghidorah or something. But this one's Mechagodzilla, so I am pretty stoked to see what's up with that. Because, spoiler alert, this Godzilla, the big one, is the real Godzilla in that movie, right? So you watch the whole Godzilla film and you don't actually see the true Godzilla until the end. And it's so short that we don't get to see him do run amok as much as as other movies. So this would be a good time to actually see him, the true Godzilla. And for most of the movie now that we got all the established plot line out of the way, we got the human story out of the way, they're back on Earth, and now there's a new tribe, and now we're gonna have Mechagodzilla. So should have quite a bit of more action in this one, in regards to monster versus monster fight, or monster versus robot monster fight, and I can't wait to see that. And I know my kids can't wait to see that. So that's the Godzilla animated movie. That is coming out in theaters May 18th, and then so shortly after that, although it took a couple months for the first one to come into the Netflix, but it should be pretty soon, right? It should be pretty soon later this year. So let's move on to a Godzilla movie that's not going to come out for a while. I mean, it's 378 more days to go. It's coming out next year. But they actually test screened it already. Yeah. Pretty quick. I mean, is it that quick? Is that quick? I mean, for people who know, do they test screen this quickly or at least publicly like this? I don't know. Maybe I'm just because we're more involved in social media in terms of movies and stuff that we recognize when test screenings go out. But it has been confirmed that Godzilla 2 did screen on Monday. Was it Monday? 3/6. Maybe it was yesterday or the day before. I forget. But it has screened. And there has been early reactions on it, although only one actually came out, and it is from our favorite Twitter user, Jeremy Conrad. Okay, he has sources about claims of test screenings, and I mean, this guy, he's always has sources for all this kind of stuff. I mean, he has sourced for the Solo trailer coming out. He has sources for here and there. I mean, who is this guy? Who is Jeremy Conrad? I follow him. I know a lot of you may have been blocked by him, but you know. He has a lot of wealth of information. He pretty much told a spoiler the whole Aquaman movie in a spoiler article, and I'm like, I ain't reading that because I want to watch the movie, you know, without getting spoiled. So I won't share that with you. But Jeremy Conrad did say that his sources say that Godzilla 2. Godzilla King of the Monsters sounds like the monster fights in Godzilla King of the Monsters are absolutely epic. Woo! Human characters are cardboard and the story is dumb, but you only care about epic monster fights, right? Compared more to Skull Island than Godzilla 2014 or Godzilla 1, that's good. So, as you know, Godzilla 2014 was kind of a mixed bag. You know, the critics mostly like it, but the audience was kind of like, well, I know when I came out of that movie theater, a lot of my friends was like the one complaint was there's not enough Godzilla. And I know, I mean, I kind of got annoyed when they're about to fight, Godzilla's in a fight Muto, and all of a sudden the camera just swings away. I'm like, come on, you know. And I did it more than once. So that was kind of Gareth Edwards trying to do, where he was trying to make it like Jaws, where you don't see the monster, which actually works for like a horror movie, but not for like a hero movie. And Godzilla in that movie was more like an anti-hero and more of a hero towards the end. But even though he did a lot of colossal damage around him, but he was more of the hero in that one. And so we don't know what Godzilla King of the Monsters is going to be, but one main aspect is that people want to see the monster fights. They want to see a gigantic monster fight, and especially epic monsters like King Ghidorah, Mothra, Rodan. What is the English American version of those? We've seen American versions of Godzilla twice now, you know, 3 times you count, or 4 times you count the cartoons and animations. But this is the time we actually get to see versions of King Ghidorah, versions of Mothra, versions of Rodan, and for the first time. And so I'm really, truly excited, and it sounds like it's going to be some epic fights. Hopefully a lot of epic fights. And he's right, epic monster fights. Usually Godzilla movies, the stories are kind of crap. Okay, there are a lot of it are crap. I mean, when I watched Godzilla back in the day, the Showa series, Heisei series, you know, a lot of stories, like, it just moves the plot along, and especially the older ones, you don't see Godzilla until the end. And sometimes Godzilla's not even involved. Like, it's about Megalon or something, and all of a sudden Godzilla shows up. I'm like, wait, what, huh? When did he show up? You're like, what's the deal with that? You know, it's like he just shows up to save the day. And that was one of the main things about the Godzilla series back then and different movies. It's very minimal. Like they put Godzilla in the fights towards the end. The story you don't really care for, the people you don't care for. And that's pretty much how these Godzilla movies operate. So I'm not surprised by that. Skull Island was pretty weak in the story as well. Could care less for the humans as well. Even though the plot went through very nicely and quickly, there were some moments with the military troops that were kind of really good, and then some of them weren't. But King Kong was the standout in that movie. So I'm not surprised that Godzilla King of the Monsters animators will be the same way. But that's not all. Apparently, that King Ghidorah design from Godzilla 2 leaked. Okay, and this is from a montage video for a visual effects company called Studio ADI, and they were just talking about the It monster, and in the background you see a computer screen with the monsters with a three-headed winged creature that looks suspiciously like King Ghidorah, and the lady in that video covered it up or tried to put a screen over it real quickly in order to keep it from being filmed. They also took down the video off YouTube so nobody else can see it. But in the comments, Studio ADI did respond saying that, sorry guys, not Ghidorah. That is an old design for a defunct project titled Lucifer from 10 years ago. And so someone on Twitter actually leaked a YouTube video of that 10-minute Lucifer film. I don't know if that was an official thing or not. It didn't say Studio ADI on it. I don't think so. I gotta look at it again. But it was a 10-minute video, and it did show a winged creature with multiple heads, although it was showed 4 heads instead of 3. And the heads in this leaked image, heads look more like King Ghidorah than the heads in that little 10-minute video. So if we are to be right about if it's just something from Lucifer, why deleted video? Why would that lady try to hide it? Why all the secrecy? And there's 3 heads in it. And Studio ADI is working on Godzilla from what the some of these articles are saying. So I mean, is it? I don't know. It could be totally from the movie Lucifer. It looks suspiciously like Godzilla 2. It looks suspiciously like that concept art that I talked about a long time ago from one of the guys who made that winged creature where it's like knuckles down. So it's so skinny though. I mean, the legs are skinny. I mean, I'm used to King Ghidorah being those chunky legs. It's just a big, brawny thing, and the wings would just be up in the air. There's no actual arms per se, how because this one looks like it's moving like a bat in that sense. So which is more along the lines of flying reptile creatures. So in terms of realness, I guess it works for that, and they have to kind of change it around. They've changed Godzilla around, so they have to do that. I'm gonna be shocked if Rodan doesn't act that way as well, but that King Ghidorah, I mean, I'm not really feeling it right now, but I have to see it in action, and most likely it might not even be Lee King Ghidorah design, as Godzilla Movies has said that no, the King Ghidorah design from Godzilla 2 did not leak, and only judging from that comment from Studio ADI, of course they're probably just may also be covering it up as well, trying to make it go away. People forget. We'll know. Well, we'll know. You know what? Save that picture, okay? Save that picture, and make sure you revisit that when we first get our first actual look of Ghidorah and see it actually matches up, because I'd be really interested to see if they were just trying to cover up this whole time, or they actually were telling the truth and King Ghidorah looks really different. I mean, in the cave drawings in Skull Island, you can kind of see it's a little bit more chunky. It looks more like King Ghidorah, but I don't know if at that time they knew exactly what the concept art or the actual King Ghidorah or Rodan or Mothra would actually look like in the actual King of the Monsters film at that time. They could have just thrown that out there because they know fans like us would catch it immediately just by looking at those cave drawings, that we know exactly what monsters they are. Instead of talking about how different they look, they try to make it look as much as close to the original designs as possible. But who's to say that the new designs don't look a lot more different, but will have those characteristics that we are familiar with? Wings, 3 heads, I don't know if they're going to have 2 tails or not, but it could have. Did it have 2 tails? Let's see. That picture does not show. Oh no. Okay, the picture does show 2 tails in the background, so that's also different from that Lucifer 10-minute video, if that was the real film or not. But yeah, suspiciously looked like King Ghidorah, 2 tails, 2 wings, 3 heads. There's even got a little lion mane thing going around. So I don't know. I still think they actually are trying to cover it up, and that's actually a part of a concept design. But it could have changed since then, if that it is a King Ghidorah design. So that's that. But oh, all right. So that's a lot of Godzilla King of the Monsters news. I can't believe they did a test screening, although the test screening was reported to have mostly previs and like skeletal CG design, nothing really concrete. Of course, we all know it's finished filming. They could have reshoots sometime later, but as of right now, looks like they're working on the CG. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So I can't wait for that. I wish it pushed up. If they're going to be done this year, let's just release it. But of course, don't rush, because we want you to make the great finishing touches, and people won't tease about the CGI. Okay, so that's not the only thing kaiju related news. Last thing is Pacific Rim Uprising is coming out this month. There are advanced screenings going out all over the place. There already has been advanced screenings for Pacific Rim Uprising. Hawaii's one is on the week of its release, on March 20th, which I'm going to forego because my kids really want to watch it, so I'm just going to go ahead and watch it with them on a Saturday of that week. But from what I've been hearing of people who've watched it, not sure if it's true. Rumor is that it is kind of not good. So far, the reactions have been kind of mixed. And some even say that it's totally different from what Guillermo del Toro has done. They also, one person who actually tweeted compares it to Independence Day Resurgence in terms of sequel. So that's not that good. Though they say it's very reliable. So, but that's their opinion. The best opinion, the best person you should be listening to is yourself. I'm going to listen to myself, as I want to see it for myself, if it's really that bad or if it's actually really good. I don't know. So I can't wait I still can't wait to watch it. I am a big fan of giant robots. I'm a huge fan of Pacific Rim. So hopefully Stephen DeKnight is able to do a good job on that and make an actually enjoyable movie. Pacific Rim 1 was enjoyable. It was a little boring for my kids because they want to see that action go by quickly. Of course, their movies are like Transformers, so that type of crowd. So I don't know what's going to happen with this, but Pacific Rim Uprising is coming out this month. Can't wait to watch it, but be wary. Maybe leave our expectations a little bit lower. But we'll see what happens with that, and hopefully it actually comes out good. But yeah, just letting you know in advance that some of the advanced screenings reactions have not been really positive. Alright guys, what did you guys think about the new Godzilla animated Netflix movie that's coming out pretty soon? What do you guys think about all the Godzilla King of the Monsters, the sequel news, more fights, the epic fights, and is that King Ghidorah? Do you think they actually have accidentally leaked it out, and that's why all the cover up and what they're talking about, that it's not for King Ghidorah, even though 2 tails, 3 heads, 2 wings, mane? I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts on that. And also Pacific Rim Uprising. Have you seen it? Are you one of the lucky few who are able to have already seen the advanced screening? And what did you think about it? Please, no spoilers. And are you even excited about Pacific Rim Uprising? Let me know down in the comments below. Alright guys, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.